this has been a journey.
Yeah.
You make the move over to the defensive side, and then you suffer that injury and this long road back. How does it feel to be back where you're at and contributing this spring the way that you are?
Man, it's a blessing, bro. It's a blessing. You know, it feels good to be back on the grass. It feels good to get another opportunity to play the game I love. You know, when it almost got taken away. It's just, you know, it's nothing but joy. I'm happy to be out there. I'm happy to be out there, simply put.
Were there times after the injury when you just didn't know if your body was going to let you continue to do this?
Yeah, nah, for sure. You know, after the injury happened, you know, it was kind of up in the air whether I was going to be able to play again or whether I was going to be able to do a lot of the things I normally do on a regular day basis. You know, and talking to the doc, but I kept it with God. You know, I stayed working. I put my head down. There was definitely days where, you know, I'm feeling not good. I'm feeling bad. Am I still gonna play? Am I not? But you know, I worked hard, and thank you to everybody. You know, the trainers, coaches, my parents, everybody who stuck by my side through the whole thing. So yeah.
Like I said, it happened not long after you made the switch to defense.
Yeah.
Now, are you starting to feel like an inside linebacker?
Yeah. I was just getting adjusted. I was just kind of catching up to being a linebacker when the injury happened. So it's definitely some more catching up now that I'm back. Just little things I got to fix here and there. But like I said, bro, I'm happy to be on the grass, and that's what spring's for. You know, to kind of work on the craft and get everything corrected before fall. So yeah.
I know you've already kind of touched on this, but when you have these moments where you can be out, you know, here in Corvallis playing football, beautiful day, spring scrimmage right around the corner, how much more are you appreciative of these little moments that you get to have ahead of, you know, the big moments that are coming up later on?
Yeah. No, that's a big thing. Just, you know, because you kind of take it for granted. You take it for granted when you're not hurt. You know, you're going to practice like, oh, I got to go to practice. I got to do this. But, you know, once something like that happens, no more, never complain. It's like, okay, we get to go to practice and it's hot outside. Good. Like, you know, let's get to work. So it's great, man.
Collectively as a unit, I know that the injury derailed a little bit of, you know, your progress on it. But you got to watch, obviously, plenty of the defense last season. How do you feel like they've progressed from last year to this year, and where do you guys feel like you're right now at in the spring?
Oh, I think it's night and day progression from where we were in spring last year and where we are now. You know, even the coaches say so. You know, just the attention to detail, the energy we have. Just it's organized, and we got a bright future as a defense. You know, especially with the guys we got, with the coaches we got, it's just, you know, it's just good. It's just good ahead.
I don't mean to steal this question from Erin, but she asked, obviously, the last question, what would you consider for it to be a successful spring scrimmage for the defense come Saturday?
Successful spring scrimmage. I mean, we've had a good spring so far throughout the entire spring practice. I think a successful scrimmage would be just everybody on their keys, everybody doing what they got to do, doing their job. You know, not everybody trying to do everybody else's job, and just going out there and playing ball and having fun, doing what we've been doing. So,
you and Foster and Davis seem to kind of have like a three-headed monster sort of thing going at that inside linebacker spot. How do you feel about the depth that you guys have at that position?
Oh yeah, no, depth, not just at our position and the other positions. You know what I'm saying? It's everybody can play, and that's what I really like about the defense we got and about the season ahead. We don't really have any guys where it's just a big fall off. Everybody's attention to detail is good, and everybody's been playing well, so I'm excited.
During your recovery, who were, I guess, the people that you leaned on that, you know, helped you get through what obviously was a challenging time?
Yeah, definitely God, definitely my dad, definitely my mom, and then like a lot of the trainers. Shout out Travis, Steve, everybody who just, you know, helped me get back right, and really myself too, because, you know, when you're sitting alone in that room and you're just thinking about everything, it's just, you got to be able to mentally push through it yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's just God, my family, everybody, and myself. You know.
So during recovery, you go back home a little bit, you know, come here to rehab a little bit. And what did that look like?
Yeah, it was kind of just, once I was able to drive again, it was a lot easier. But before I was able to drive, it was just my dad was here helping me out, bringing me from home to the facility, and then some of the players, some of my roommates, teammates would help me too. So.
When you go through something like this, is there anything that you do differently every day that you wake up before practice, or when you have the spring game that you've told yourself, you know, that I'm going to do, or that some way that you're going to try to appreciate the moment? Has anything changed this season for you like that?
You know, honestly, a lot changed. Just my outlook on things. You know, after the injury, You know, even though it was so bad, I kind of see it as, you know, one of the biggest blessings to ever kind of happen to me, because it really shifted my whole mindset and outlook on things. Because once you go through a trauma, once you go through some hardships, you know, it'll you can either let it change you for the better or change you for the worse. So I mean, there's been so much that has changed for me, and I'm grateful for that.
What do you like about playing linebacker?
Oh, I mean, I like to hit, man. I like to hit. I like to run around. You got freedom when you play linebacker. You still got to know your job, but it's a little bit more freedom. As long as you're playing fast and you're in the right spot most of the time, then you're going to be good and you're going to make a play. So I love it.
Go ahead.
What's it like when your head coach is a former linebacker?
Oh, it's good.
He knows where you're supposed to be.
No, yeah, he knows everything about the position from every small little detail. So it's really good having Bray, and it's really good, you know, having him get on you when you're doing your job wrong, and having him, you know, congratulate you when you're doing it right. It's a really good mix, and, you know, it's been good.
Building off of that, this is the first season that Bray has kind of been head coach / defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Just how has that changed for you, and how has it helped you now this spring?
I mean, honestly, I don't think much has changed from when he was, you know, the position coach and the DC. You know, it's just he kind of sees over more now. But, you know, how he acts and how he coaches really hasn't changed. You know, if anything, I like it because, you know, as the DC and the head coach, the whole energy of the team is just, you know, a certain way. Because when you have a good defense, you know, the team's good. So